Welcome, one and all, to another fine adventure here at Video Store Memoirs. I am your humble host, Kevin Selena. If you're new to this group and watching us here, we do things simple here. We just do movie reviews, mainly the ones that people have forgotten about, occasionally the ones that are new to the theater, and we just try to have a good time with it. Just nothing crazy, as it were. We just talk things. I'm a former movie video store employee, and I just like to have fun with this. And I'm bringing on a very unique person, my fellow co-host, and as soon as she can get her picture on, there she is.
Hello.
Salutations, glad to have you on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. You sound like you're practicing from Juilliard. You're enunciating to the back row.
Let me turn down this AC because it's very loud.
So I was just giving people a quick introduction. Anyone who hasn't seen us before know what we are. We're two former Hollywood video employees. Yes, you can age yourself if you understand that concept. Who like to talk about movies at length. So we decided to do this for you lovely people. Today we're going to talk about a very classic movie back from the early 90s, but I would be in so much trouble, mainly with myself, if I didn't take at least a couple minutes to talk about the passing of a great actor, Mr. Sam Neill, who we lost today at the age of 78. For those of you, probably every single person knows him because his biggest movie of all time is one of the biggest movies of all time, Jurassic Park. Where he played Dr. Alan Grant. Me personally, that was not my first introduction to him. He was the right-hand man to Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October. That's my first introduction to Sam Neill. Miss Jana, any thoughts about losing another icon? I mean, it seems like they're just dropping like flies lately. We're losing a lot of memorable people.
This one kind of hurt a little bit, like you said, Jurassic Park, but so many other things. But the first thing I thought of when I saw the news today, was I thought of another friend. So one of my other really good friends, Aaron, huge crush on Sam Neill, loved him, would see anything he's in. And like the first thing I thought of was, oh no, did Aaron hear about this? It's like I'm crushed for my other friend. And like I was sad, yes, but my first thought went to her and like, oh no, is she gonna be okay?
I mean, I've watched several of my favorite movie reviewers online today, and pretty much every single one of them trying to struggle to get through, getting a little teary-eyed. I was like, oh yeah, because this hurts a lot of us. Like, not only was he a good actor, he was a genuinely good person. You didn't hear anything bad about him. Everyone knew unfortunately, about his struggles with, I think he had a particular type of blood cancer that he looked like he had won the battle with, but who knows, when it's your time, you know?
Yeah. Sadly, it seems we have reached that age where a lot of the beloved stars and icons that were already older and well established in their careers when we were younger and teenagers coming up have reached that age where life can happen and they could go. And it's like one of those things where it's like, oh man, we've hit that point, like,
yeah, more often than not, I'm hearing, oh, we lost this person. I'm like, oh, jeez. Is it bad to be starting to get a little desensitized because you're hearing so many of your favorite people are passing away?
It's like, who passed now?
And it's like, oh, come on, not another one, But yeah, I really enjoyed watching this, man. I mean, let's see, the piano. One of my favorite things I actually ever watched him in, there was this miniseries back in the day on NBC called Merlin, and of course
Merlin. Yes, I loved Merlin. That was so good.
I mean, like that was one of my favorite performances of mine of him. Like, I think he also did like Masterpiece Theater's Pride and Prejudice. I think that was
Yeah,
really well done.
that too. Yeah.
But yeah, Sam Neill, gonna, and he was 78. He did not look 78.
No.
Like
No.
he just looked pristine for his age. He will be missed. But okay, we got the heavy out of the way, so now we need to talk about the weird. Because I have some thoughts about today's movie, 1992's Death Becomes Her. But before we get into all the ins and outs, we do a little thing here where we go to our friends at IMDb and see what they have to say about it, their synopsis, as it were.
I'm not impressed with this one.
It's too brief. Let's let the people hear this. Two women vie for a man and the secret of eternal beauty.
That's like too little. I still have it up on my screen from Prime, and theirs is a little more in depth. It says, when a woman learns of an immortality treatment, she sees it as a way to outdo her longtime rival. Even that's not really.
But that's better.
It's better, though. It's better than IMDb is usually better than this, and I'm a little disappointed.
Like, come on, guys. You're better than this. Don't let this be your legacy. Come on. This was your personal choice for us to review, so I'm gonna let you have the floor first on this movie. Your thoughts.
So this is from 1992. Icons, queens in this movie. Come on, Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn together in a movie, and throw in Bruce Willis in a role that at that time you would not normally see him in?
No. I mean, you think Bruce Willis, you think, okay, where's the gun?
Die Hard. You think yeah. Action hero, and this is a dark comedy, and it was just so out there for him. But this is another one of those movies that I watched on repeat as a tween/teenager. So 1992, I was 12. This was a regular on HBO that I would have watched whenever it came on. And I just thought it was freaking hilarious. And I was shocked, appalled, maybe, when I found out that you had not yet seen this movie. I was literally at work when you sent me the text saying that you hadn't seen it. And I was like, out loud, I said, I'm sorry, what? Thankfully, no one else was around me at the moment.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm terrible. I didn't become the full-blown movie nerd that you see before you today until, honestly, I think it was 1997, 1998. Like, but I would occasionally go see movies with my mother. I would come in the middle of movies on USA on cable and stuff like that. In all honesty, the only thing I had seen of this movie was the end. Well, like at one point, because I'm sitting there watching this for the first time. I'm like, all right, where's that part that I remember seeing? And I was like, oh, and there go the credits. You know? Yeah. And yeah, like, I know you say you revere this movie. I didn't get it.
Of course you didn't get it.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here and I'm watching this and I'm like waiting for the laughs, and it didn't hit me. It is an interesting movie. I will say that. Like you said, it's a dark comedy, but I was waiting for the actual comedy part. And
come on, I can see right through you.
Some of those jokes were just so on the nose. I didn't really laugh that much.
Maybe.
And also, I think
12-year-old humor, and that's the problem. I saw it when I was 12, I think that so I still have the memories of it being funny, and you're seeing it for the first time as an adult, so it's just going over your head.
Yeah, yeah, and also it was the one thing that threw me off is the fact, like you said, watching a movie where Bruce Willis isn't, the macho man who saved the day kind of person. He was a straight up wuss in this movie. I mean, spineless, I think, is the best term for him.
Shannon says you're a lost cause.
I'm not a lost cause. You both are seeing where I am right now. I'm not lost. You guys just don't know where to find me. Anyway.
And, is it Shayna?
Yeah, that would be Alicia.
Oh, okay. Says, okay, now I have to watch this and see who I side with here. Me. It will be me. I am telling you. These two together play off of each other so well. And I think that Bruce Willis was the perfect pansy fall guy in this. And he stepped out of what people are used to seeing him as. And he owned it. And he played it well.
Yeah, I'm not disputing his actual acting in this movie. I just said it was weird not seeing him being, the typical hard ass we've known over the years, So I mean,
but that's a testament to his talent and his ability. That
absolutely,
he did it well. And him to be the voice of reason in the movie as well, because they both obviously hear the chance to be young forever and don't think about the consequences and are just like, yes, I'll pay whatever I need. Either, Goldie Hawn's character, it's for revenge. She needs to be young and beautiful to fulfill her ultimate revenge need. And Meryl Streep's character is just because she feels like she's aging and she can't keep up with everything. They jump on it, and he's the only one that he's a little tempted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's like, wait, then what? So why am I blanking on her name now?
Which one? Which
the
character?
Actress that played Liesel.
I was saying Isabella Rossellini.
I was saying it over and over again in the movie because, damn, she's fine. And I remember being younger, too, and staring at the screen whenever she was on it and was like, hello, ma'am. But she almost had him when she's giving her big dramatic speech of trying to convince him.
Yeah,
and she's about how you won't age and how it's bringing your life's work together. And then she said the one last line that caused him pause was the live forever, siempre vida. And he's like, wait,
what?
Then what? Live forever and then what? No, because then I'll have to see everybody I know and love die. And then what if I get bored? That was my favorite. What if I get bored?
That caught me off guard that he went that route. You can literally see right at that moment, it's like, you had me up until that moment. And immediately he shot right out of it.
Yes, Shannon, I would have taken it. Shannon said, wouldn't you be tempted if a naked woman came up to you and said, hey, want to live?
I mean, depending on context.
I would have taken whatever she was giving me.
I'm sorry. As long as we're on this subject, this movie's PG-13 in 1992. If this was nowadays, this would rated R because, I'm sorry, there was ass all over the place.
She was naked more than she was clothed on all of her scenes in this movie. And
no kidding!
That wasn't showing were the exact bits that need not be showing. Everything else showed at some point.
The other part that I did a double take, one of the people, which I thought this part actually made it weird for me. She comes out of the pool. This young buff guy throws a towel on her and she lets it, I guess, soak up the water for a microsecond and then throws her back off. It was freaking Fabio. I was like, what? I'm like, Raymond, I thought he was just on cover of books. I didn't know he actually tried to act. He didn't say a word.
Yeah, no, he's been in a few things like that where he's got little bit spots where he maybe has one line or doesn't say anything and he's just in the background. My other favorite thing to try and do in this movie, and I think I find someone different each time, is at that end scene where she says, I throw a party every year, every spring for all my clients. So everybody that's at this party has taken the immortality elixir, the anti-aging elixir, and she talks before when she's giving it to Madeline, Meryl Streep's character, about how you can only stay in your career in the public spotlight for 10 years, and after that you have to disappear. She's like, you can just retire, you can fake your own death. I had one client that simply said, I want to be alone. So, there's like famous celebrities who have supposedly taken this. So at the party, when they're scanning around, you see all the people, like there's some obvious ones you can pick up, but it's one of my favorite things to try and pinpoint, like who all's there. Like you see Andy Warhol, you see Marilyn Monroe. There's a joke about Elvis when the guy comes out, the host, and is like,
some of you are not following the rules.
Right. No stopping for photos just to get in the press and get attention. I'm not calling anybody out, but you know who you are.
And then the crowd parts and there's, well, I try to make a call every now and then,
He's like, I was just trying to have fun. But the one I caught this time that I didn't catch before, so at the end where he falls and lets go and falls and goes and lands in the pool and he gets out and there's a couple in there and the guy looks up and is like, dude, are you almost done? It's fucking Jim Morrison.
Get out.
Yeah. And
I didn't catch that.
I think when I was younger, I didn't have enough understanding or relevance of who Jim Morrison was to catch that one. So as I'm older, every time I watch it, like figuring out who it is or who the different people are in there, and it's totally fucking supposed to be Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I totally, that went over my head. Okay, one of the main reasons I'm really glad you're here, because I wanted to ask you about something here. Because this scene kind of confused me in the movie, so maybe you can help clear it up. When, the first time Meryl Streep's character, and he takes her to the hospital to get checked out. And, Sidney Pollack, of course, is the doctor who's checking him out. And so he leaves the room. He's like, I got to go look at something. And he leaves the room.
I got to go get a second opinion.
Yeah, I got to go get a second opinion. When Bruce Willis follows him to try and find the doctor or find someone to continue helping, you start seeing all these people and including the doctor who said was going for the second opinion, are dead.
Well, no, the doctor's dead. They're working on him on the crash car. He done walked out of the room and had a heart attack. And so now when he's looking for all the doctors, it's all because every doctor has now swarmed in on the doctor who's on the crash cart, because he done walked out and had a heart attack because he just met someone who's dead but alive. In the waiting room, it was just all sorts of weird accidents. Like the guy sitting there looked like he had been playing tennis and his knees looked like they were bleeding.
Yeah. Okay, so that was them working on the doctor. I thought the way it looked to me, the way it just happened without any context, it was like, was the doctor dead in too already? Is that why? And then all of a sudden, like, it was like, I don't know, it seemed like it was his ghost or something that came in to check on, but he goes out there like, wait a minute, he's been dead the whole time because he's flatlining on a freaking table.
No, it's more like I'm going to go find someone else. He's looking for other doctors and sees that the doctor who was supposed to be going to get a second opinion done fucking had a heart attack and they're all working on him. And now he's like, well, shit, if that doctor can't help me and they're all helping him, nobody's going to help me. Like, that's more like it's hopeless now. Like, he's not even going to be able to help me.
Okay. Well, that part confused me, so I'm glad you were here to clear that up.
You're welcome, sir.
The other part that I couldn't help, this was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who's done a lot of really great movies over the year, and I couldn't help it when the scene where, Bruce Willis's character, God help me, what was his name? Ernest.
Ernest Menville, something like that. Menville.
And he's on the phone talking. He's like talking to Helen, telling her what's happened and stuff like that. And her body gets up for the first time, and she's kind of wobbly and her head's back and she's kind of like fixing herself. Watching this, knowing that this was Robert Zemeckis directing this, I couldn't help but think, oh, so this was the prerequisite to Judge Doom in Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he got run over with the steamroller. Because I was like, because she's walking all wobbly, and then of course even more so because I can't see where I'm going.
Yeah, definitely. I think the two are probably related. They probably used similar body work, or whatever animation they used would have been similar for her. That's one of the most hilarious scenes to me, of her walking backwards because she's walking the way her head is facing, but not realizing she's walking backwards. And then she can't sit down. She can't figure out how to do things when he finally is like, look at yourself. And she looks down and she's like, my ass. Why can I see my ass?
Why can I see my ass?
Like, your neck doesn't look too hot either.
Yeah, of all the things, she's like, why can I see my ass? Well, there's a reason there. You might want to.
Yeah. And then when she tries to like sit down on the piano bench and she goes the wrong way first and hits the floor and like trying to figure out.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of physical comedy, I think, is about this movie that is hilarious to me. It's a lot of sight gags and one-liners about the sight gags. And I guess, again, it was one of those, I was a young preteen teenager developing my sense of humor and developing my sense of self. And this just fucking cackled for me. Like, I think this helped develop a lot of my core sense of humor.
I mean, I'm watching this and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this movie all of a sudden? Because if before any of this actually, we've gone through almost an hour before any of this craziness ensues.
Because you have to build the story and understand the characters.
And they did a lot of character building and plot building, and this is where you think it's supposed to go. It's going to be your standard. Oh, we took the bitch out, and now we'll be able to live happily ever after. Blah blah blah, and then it zigs, and you got people with broken necks. You have people who've got a nice divot in their stomach.
A hole in my stomach. Why do I have a hole in my stomach?
Not to mention her eyes completely changed color. I was like, that part freaked me out.
Her eyes are awesome. I used to be mesmerized by her eyes in this movie when I was younger. Like I would stare, like, how did they do that? That's so cool. Like, I think we are learning a lot as we go through all of these movies that I was obsessed with as a child that you have never seen. I think we are learning a lot about what helped develop who Jana is today.
I mean, yeah, I think we've pretty much pieced together the jigsaw puzzle that is and encompasses Miss Jana. It's like, oh, that's why she's quirky like that.
Yeah.
Death becomes her.
These are the things I watch. And also, the other telling thing is I was unaccompanied a lot. I didn't have. I was a latchkey kid. The only other person in the house with me most of the time was my sister, who's 4.5 years older than me, and she was off doing her own thing. Like, I pretty much watched whatever I wanted because that was my babysitter, and I watched a lot of weird shit, apparently.
I mean, I was an only child, so I really didn't have to fight with anyone with the TV. Like, when my dad was at work, and both my parents worked during the day, especially when I had during the summer, and I basically had the run of the house to myself. I was like, okay, what's on? Turn on, like, whatever channel and just let it go, and like, oh, that's a movie. I'll watch that. But, I definitely missed out on some of the things that, made you the way you are.
Shannon says that explains why you are the way you are, Jana. Yes, it does. Also think it explains that for a big chunk of my childhood, I had like the full cable package, all the movie channels. But I took advantage of those movie channels. I
took advantage of them in a different way. I watched every action movie you can think of, like everything that starred either Van Damme, Stallone, or Schwarzenegger, that my mom's like, I don't think you should be watching that. But these are also the same movies. My dad's like, hey, the new Steven Seagal movie's come out. Let's go, boy.
Yeah,
You know?
but see, I watched those too. Like, I think that's the thing is there wasn't much I said no to at that age as far as movies were concerned. I watched a little bit of everything, and like especially when you're home alone at 11 o'clock in the morning during the summer, there's not much on. After you watch all the game shows and you get through all that stuff, I wasn't a soap opera kid, so after the cartoons were done, the movie channels was where it was at, and I didn't really turn down a lot. Like, there wasn't a lot I wouldn't watch.
Yeah, most of the time, like when I saw, like, I'd pretty much watch anything, but there are some that I'd come in the middle of, and I'm like, oh, this seems like it's been on for a while. Like, I'll come back to it, and then never went back to it. That kind of situation. Well, we're getting off topic here about history of what made it. Like, have a whole nother episode of the movies that made us. So, in your opinion,
this whole series that we do is movies that made us.
So, I don't think I need to ask this question, but for record purposes, how would you rate?
I would give this a solid 4 clamshells. I loved this movie growing up. It's definitely not a movie, like, as far as this time frame, like, say it, I wouldn't say it aged badly, but like there were some things that would be done differently if it were made in this day and age. But
oh, absolutely,
the acting, the people they paired together in this, the visual effects for 1992. I mean,
yeah, considering some of the stuff that they were able to do with like the makeup art and the practical effects were pretty darn good.
Right. I mean, they had 2 whole bodies split apart into pieces at the end of the movie.
I mean, yeah, someone was playing darts with the hole in Goldie Hawn's stomach.
The only piece I ever thought, and I always thought this, even in the beginning when I first saw it, the only part I thought was like, that couldn't really happen. And like, this is saying a lot because like most of it couldn't really happen, but in my mind,
yeah, the whole zombie thing, I don't think it could really happen.
In my mind as a kid, and then even now as an adult looking back, the only part is at the very end. So once they're in pieces and splattered, and then you start hearing a noise, and it's Goldie Hawn's head has rolled over, and she's upside down and rolled over to get closer to Meryl Streep's character, and I'm like, how's that head moving? No head could move like that. Not the way it's moving. Not the way they're projecting it. Like if someone kicked it and it rolled, or if she had been near her hand and maybe her hand pushed it, maybe. But like it's just spinning on its own. That's not realistic.
The sound effect when it was happening, I was like, what the hell is that? It sounded like a bowling ball.
Right.
Like coming back up the machine, for you to be able to throw it down the lane again. I was like, what? And it's just in the... I was like... What?
People taking a potion to make them immortal. People technically dying and still staying alive and being able to keep up their appearances with putty and spray paint. All of that I can buy, but a head moving on its own, no sir, I cannot buy that.
That draws the line for you.
That draws line. That's why
like,
it's a 4.
Forget the fact that immortal, like... using plaster to fill in your stomach. No, that's all believable. But damn if that head can't move that way.
Right, exactly. That's where I draw the line. That head could not move like that. That's what's keeping it from being a 5 clamshell.
That's where your suspension of disbelief you're out.
Yes.
They're like, absolutely. All right, tag somebody else in. I'm done with this friggin' movie. Luckily, that was the end of the movie.
That was the end, so it was cool. I didn't have to put up with it anymore. But yeah. So what do you, sir, given this your first time you were seeing it?
will say, like, I would give this, for me, solid 2 clamshells because I thought it was cool. I thought it's an interesting concept, but the comedy parts of it didn't really land for me. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm too old now to get some of the... Shut it! Mute. But overall, like I said, like it was interesting seeing Bruce Willis in a role that you don't normally see him in. Meryl Streep, I'm sorry, the woman does not age. Honestly, I think she is immortal. I think she really did take that potion, because if you look at a poster of her right now in Devil Wears Prada 2, she looks pretty much the same except her hair's white.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn, I still to this day I love that woman. Like I can turn on Private Benjamin or Overboard at any time of the day.
Overboard, yes.
But yeah, like it just didn't land for me as a comedy. If this was more like, kind of like that spoofy horror kind of thing, I think I would expected, I probably would rate this higher, but seeing how it was supposed to be a comedy and it didn't really make me laugh, that's what it dropped off for me a little bit.
Ooh. Okay. You're allowed your opinion. It's wrong, but you're allowed it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that's our 2 cents on the Death Becomes Her, streaming everywhere right now, or VHS, DVD, Blu-ray for us people who know what those things are. If any of you out there have seen this movie, please, Video Store Memoirs, we are everywhere. Hit us up on TikTok, hit us up on YouTube, any and all places. Let us know your thoughts. Am I nuts? Is she nuts? Well, we know she's nuts because we see what's made her.
Don't ask a question everybody knows the answer to. God.
I mean, hey, what's a better way to get an A on a test? I mean, come on. But let us know. We'd love to hear your opinions. We'd also like to hear some more suggestions from you guys of movies we want to go over, because if you like what you're hearing right now, you should wait until when I pick the movie and then she gets in on it. Actually, most of the time she does like my movies. So, yeah, I think we will go with that one. Yeah.
My favorite is when we both hate a movie, which is rare.
It is rare, but it does happen. And those are the most, like, we literally are shooting off, oh, what about that part? Oh, my God.
When it's just both of us trashing a movie.
I mean, yeah, we professionally trashing. Got to keep a sense of decorum.
We tastefully trash the movie.
Yeah, we're not sitting there, oh, this piece of shit. No, we're like, the fecal matter within this film was quite deplorable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for us. We are going to try and keep doing this. I think we've been doing this once a month so far. At least getting you involved. We got to get you involved more often.
This is my second one. Life is lifing, but things are coming to a culmination soon, and I will be able to get back on a normal filming schedule. So,
and I welcome when those days come. I will take them, how either few or many they come. Just let me know when you're available, and this is what we do. We do it for all the people. I do it to bring her back. All right, but for that, I've been Kevin.
I'm Jana.
We will see you people next time. Thank you one and all for watching. All of you people in the comments saying stuff, I love you. We will talk to you next time. And listen for this on the podcast. We're going to have a couple more episodes coming your way, so we'll see you next time. Cheers. Enjoy the movie.